Hi everyone. So today I'm filming my first long form frankening video. I already lost what I wanted to say. I haven't actually filmed anything for over a week, so I feel a little bit out of practice already, but I have been itching to do this, so I thought that I would do this with you guys on camera and just talk a little bit because I miss chatting to the camera a bit. But yeah, this is very exciting to me. So let me pull these aside. So this is kind of like a sneak peek of some stuff that I'm going to mention again in future makeup dates, but basically I'm trying to get rid of as many lipstick packaging as possible. This one's already empty. I franken that one out. I recently finished this little deluxe size sample of this Bobbi Brown lip balm here. It was alright. I just wanted to dig the rest out. This NARS one was a really, really good mix for me. I really enjoyed it. I don't think my lighting will do it justice, but it's really sheer, and but it was like a really, really good shade for me. I'm finding that full-on lipsticks are a bit much for me, so I'm gonna try to franken this. Probably not all of it, but I think some of it I wouldn't mind franken. And then this one is actually just a lip balm. It's such a beautiful packaging, and I did want to, but I don't feel like I'm gravitating towards this by itself, and I would like to get some tint into it. Sorry if it's not focusing. I don't think it knows what to look for right now in terms of you know, the other reflective stuff here on the table. Let me grab one more thing, and then I'll be right back to, I think, start frankening. All right. Sorry, just to step away there briefly. I forgot that I actually put away my lipstick mold into another bag, so I just had to grab that real quick. And I also found my other spatula there, so that's helpful. I have paper towels off to the side. I have a candle right here. My a spoon that I typically use, and of course a lighter. So let's get this started. My secret weapon for today's frankening is actually an order that I recently made on TKB, and I'll talk more about this later, but one of the things that I ordered was a lipstick base, which I'd never seen before, and I'm not really sure why they packaged it in a bottle of all things, but it is quite a stiff formula. It's like not something that I can squeeze out of there, so I'm gonna have to dig some out, but I'm hoping that that will help me kind of make the rest. I don't know like how much between everything that I have in terms of product, so so I did want to have something kind of on backup as a filler, potential filler, and plus I wanted to make it more of a tint anyways, so I think that'll work out just fine. I think my spatula can dig in there. All right, so first this time around I'm gonna go ahead and just dig things out. I feel so bad about taking out the rest of this, but I'm honestly kind of done with it. And so this is kind of a momentous occasion for me. And I would actually like to repackage today's Franken in here, which is why I am leaning towards digging it out. But maybe let's do that one last. Let me see how much I have of the other stuff. I might honestly have enough to fill up that one. I mainly need it to fit into my mold here. Let me build it up here. Oops, made it too yeah, this one fits on top. A little bit out of practice here. There we go. I think the mold's pretty clean, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Plus it's for personal use. Okay, so I think the mold can fit about 3 grams, which I think is pretty typical. All these balms that I have here were less than that, so that's why I'm thinking I think I'll have enough to fill it up. I've also been itching to do like a marbled type look for one of them, but I don't think that will be today's project. I'm a little bit too nervous, I think, about the mix and kind of all these different things that are playing into this. I was a little concerned that this pink one and the one I'm digging out now from Bobbi Brown was more or less like it was a more malleable formula, so it doesn't really stand on its own as a lipstick, which is obviously what this packaging will need to have. But I'm thinking between, I don't think this will even, this looks more like a third maybe of what will go in there. So I'm hoping between this, the lipstick base, and a little bit of this one, that'll make it stiff enough to hold together if it's a complete fail, I'm totally okay with remelting it down and putting it into, wow, there's so much product. Did you see that? It's like double the amount. That's crazy. Let's see, the glitter is really intense here. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Yeah, you see like half of it's the usable part and half of it's the part that was in the barrel. It's nuts. Yeah, it was honestly a really, really pretty shade, but it was a little bit too glittery for me to use as like a night balm, but not enough pigment for me to use during the day. I guess I could try it over like a lip liner or something like that, but I am honestly ready, I think, to upgrade the formula that's in that packaging and keep that packaging around because it is so pretty. Okay, I think we're almost there. Wow, I also feel bad about cutting into this because there's still so much to use, but honestly, I'm not reaching for it organically, like enjoying it as much, so I'd rather Franken part of it and give this whole thing a little bit more pigment rather than actually had another potential lipstick I could have used, but you know what, that's okay. I think I would like to, my goal, I think into the next year is to work this lipstick in particular out, whether it be through Franken's or putting it into my lipstick palette. But yeah, it's really, really pretty packaging, but honestly, it's just not something I'm reaching for. So I'd rather go ahead and start the process of but also upgrading the formula in there. But let's first do this one. Okay. Hopefully not burn myself. This is crazy to be doing this like slow-mo because usually I can. Yep, just about there to the top. You tend to overfill it, so it seems like I was able to get it up to the top. So I'm probably just going to let this settle a bit because if you don't know yet, lipstick tends to kind of hollow out as it hardens. So I'll probably be speeding this process along a bit in the video, and then or maybe I'll do a time lapse and then I'll come back and show you the final product when it's ready. All right, I'll see you there. All right, so here it is, moment of truth. I had it in the freezer for a few minutes. This part's always so nerve-wracking. First, I twist off the ring gently. Okay, it's holding it so far. It work? Oh, okay, don't smudge it. Wow, okay, that is something. All right. So, as you can see there, it's in there, but it's kind of tilted. Let's see if I can. I have to use. Just don't want to squish it too much. Need to get it straightened. I think that's straighter. Okay, so it was interesting to me that it almost recesses all the way in, which is good. It's a little bit off the center there, so I'm just gonna try to push it. I would advise doing this like probably freezing it and then doing this, but I am impatient. Okay, that's more centered now. I feel better about that. So what's interesting to me was that through this experience, it seems like the base was shorter than usual. So I mean, I did put in a little bit of that filler, as you know, but I don't know if either I couldn't push it in more or just that this base is more shallow, although it was pretty tall when I pulled it out. So I don't know if I just couldn't give it enough like push with the force I could give. So I might freeze it and then try to do it again because that does help with the structure. And thankfully, when I bought the original lip balm, it actually recessed quite a bit in there. Like I saw a huge gap. So I'm glad that when this one, even though it seems a little bit taller, should be okay with the lid. Give me a minute to actually secure where I put the lid. It must have rolled away in some, wow. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I tend to measure right before I put it on just so I'm not like smushing it, but it seems to be fine. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm hoping that this will work out. I'll give you guys an update. Honestly, if it really doesn't, then, you know, that's that, and that's fine. I'm just going to jump to it. I think I'm going to push this into my lip palette and then mix a part of this with a part of this and a lipstick base and try to make a tinted lip balm. Yeah, tinted lipstick, I guess. Since it's lipstick base, it's a little bit stiffer. So let's try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And oh, let me show you a swatch of the other one. I have a bit of like the remnants on the here melted here. So it's definitely a lot more brown. And yeah, very much a balm. Very, very balmy. So we'll see how that holds up, I think, in lipstick form. I honestly can't tell just from like me swatching on here, and I've never been very good at telling whether or not it can work from that. So we will see. All right, so put the lipstick mold back together. And then let's go ahead and, man, I feel bad, but sometimes this is like the impulsive side of me, is I just want to get going on this stuff. So, man, but we're gonna try to put it right back in here. The base of this, I can tell the size is smaller. So I think I'm gonna use whatever is left in here as the lipstick. There's always so much left in there. It's crazy. All right, so welcome back. As you can see here, things are a little different. I had a whole nother lipstick session, which will be in a different video. But now let us finally do the last steps here. So these are fresh out of the fridge. As you can see, they're very chilly. This will feel very cold. This is metal packaging, actually, so this feels really, really cold. All right, so let's first check on this one and see how it's holding up. Not too bad. Let me go ahead and grab a towel here and figure out if I can push it in any more without damaging it. I don't think so. It seems pretty solidly set in there. So, so yeah, we'll see how this feels. Yeah, I'm surprised by how large that gap is. Maybe it's less or more than I thought, but let's go ahead and swirl it down so I'm not killing it. And this is the first swatch I'm getting off of it. It's actually quite pretty. It's really, really pretty. So if it doesn't work in here and I find it doesn't work, I actually just recently emptied out this Dolce & Gabbana one, and this one's probably more standard of a size. That's what it looks like. So I might just put it in there. I would really love to see this packaging work out though, just because this is so beautiful, and I really honestly don't have another way of putting a lipstick in here, just because I don't have a mold that's like just that tiny bit bigger. Like it's probably like 2 millimeters bigger, not even like 0.5. Oh Mac. Okay, so this is frozen for the other one the second one that we made. So this one I think is going to be a more standard experience. So now I guess I get to choose between which one I want to put it in. I really do enjoy seeing this on my vanity, so I think I will put it in here. So again, stick it in. Really give it a firm press there. And then try to release it before it all thaws out. Once it thaws, that's where all the smudging begins. Yeah, this pinching method isn't always the best because it can smudge the design, but it is really effective in terms of releasing the mold. Okay, let's see if it'll slide off or not. Here it comes. All right, that is pretty darn clean. Oh man, that's exciting to me. Okay, let's see if I can get it in the camera to focus. Nope, that's, sorry y'all, I feel like I'm working backwards here. Okay, here we go. So yeah, oh man, just a few little bubbles there. But yeah, honestly, the pattern still worked out really nicely along with the cat there. And actually, this is really, really fitting because this packaging is actually from the Lunar New Year, like collection that they had this past year, that MAC had this past year for 2024. So that is super exciting. Let me do a swatch. I feel pretty confident in this one. I actually don't know how pigmented this one's going to end up being. Okay. That's a little bit pigmented, but definitely not as much as it was before. I think that lipstick base definitely helped a lot. So pretty happy with how this one turned out. A little bit disappointed with kind of the size differential, and I'll have to continue to troubleshoot that if I want to put anything else in here in the future. If anything, it'll just be a nice showpiece for me in the future. But I would love to see this one work out. So yeah, that's where we're at now. I think just as a recap, I was able to, see, I think I already put them away, which isn't very helpful. So I was able to basically take these two balms, take out whatever was left of it, and then stick it in this one. And then I was able to take this and a little bit of something in my lipstick palette plus a mixer to make a lipstick balm. So really excited about having these two. I mean, this packaging is not new to my collection by any means, but I think the formula is a little bit different and will be suiting my needs just a little bit more. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry it's so long, but I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you had fun watching my process, very chaotic process. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to try to answer them or just, you know, share my experience with these things. So thanks so much for watching again, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.